When it was released 21 years back, Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ received some of the most polarized reviews in cinema history. The film had been preceded by months of speculation and debate, and upon its release was subject to protests and condemnation from thousands, such as many of the liberal media critics who used terms like sick or disgusting to describe it, not just in reference to its violent scenes, but in reference to its very content. Its detractors claimed it was anti-Semitic and even declared that it was dangerous. Yet whilst the reviews of critics were highly divided, the reaction from ordinary folk who went to watch it was overwhelmingly positive. And in the years since, the film has not gone away, and news of the sequel coming next year, I felt it would be a good idea to look back at the most hated and loved movie in history. How does it hold up today, 21 years post-release? And do any of the claims of its detractors hold value? Well, let's first consider how it holds up today. The first answer is very well. Its special effects are just as visceral as they must have been 21 years back, and are still sufficiently gory. The soundtrack is likewise fine, nothing special in my opinion, but it does the job. The performances remain phenomenal, particularly those of Jesus, Pilate, and the High Priest. But by far the greatest strength the film has is the sheer passion and dedication that went into making it. Mel Gibson as director is excellent, but it was as the producer that he really stands out. Mel is a devout Catholic, and his love for Jesus and the whole story of the crucifixion really feeds through into the final work. It took great courage to risk reputation destruction to make this film, and I'm so glad he did. I follow Christ myself, and I have to say that I've never cried more when watching a film. Seeing the Messiah suffer the most horrendous pain just to save the souls of the very people torturing him to death left me pausing the film and weeping. Jim Caviezel does an outstanding job, and the movie's faithfulness to the Bible is just great. If you follow Christ, I highly recommend watching it. It was profoundly moving to me. And if you're an atheist, I still recommend it, as it's still an outstanding production. Now to the second point, does the charge of anti-Semitism hold any weight? Well, to me, the answer is clearly no. Throughout the film, we see many Jewish people who are depicted heroically or favourably, such as Simon, who carries Christ's cross, or the priests who refuse to condemn Jesus. At its core, the film is a faithful depiction of the Bible, and it's not really about Jews or Romans. It's about the suffering and love of Jesus Christ.